How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and today we're getting my Lamborghini ready for its very first drive by taking it apart again. So for those of you new to my channel, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you guys like what you see. Throw me a subscribe if it makes you happy. It certainly makes me happy. If you're not new to the channel, then you guys are just the best kind of people. This beautiful specimen behind me is my 2008 Lamborghini Gallardo Spider, and it is a 6-speed. It's the cheapest in the country, and I have made a twin turbo kit basically from scratch in my garage. Now, I haven't done it. I had a welding friend, my welding Jedi, Tony, do it, and it looks marvelous, and it sounds even better. Now, even though this car sounds good and it likely would perform quite well, I am not going to take it on its first drive just yet. There are still some odds and ends left to do, mainly running the lines for the intercooler, this air-to-water intercooler. I still haven't plumbed the lines yet. I have to find a pump for that. I have to make sure that all that is working. I have to make sure that the coolant lines for the turbos are on and functioning. This is just oil-cooled right now. You can run it oil-cooled, but it's not advisable, especially if you're putting it under load. I've only revved it a few times, so it's not going to be that bad, but that all has to be done. But before all that, I want to make sure that this car doesn't experience its fiery fate. Well, it does experience the fiery fate that it already experienced, and I'm planning on doing that by keeping the engine bay temperatures as far down as I can. So this entire exhaust, this turbo kit, that all has to come apart today because I'm going to be coating it in a special ceramic coating that keeps the engine heat down, well, keeps the radiant heat down, and it keeps all the heat inside the tube, and that actually helps performance because when you have heat in the tube, when you retain heat, that means that exhaust gases are flowing a little bit faster, and you get a little bit more power, better response time, and that is all good on this car. So what I'm gonna have to do now is basically tear everything apart that I've been working so hard to put together. Now, don't worry, I will try to have this running, like running by the end of next week, hopefully. This is something that we definitely need to do. In addition, I will also be painting this. I will be painting my intercooler and intercooler piping. Let me know in the comments what color you'd like to see it. Maybe a white like my engine is painted. Should I keep it black? Should I just have a contrast like that? Or should I paint it some other color? Just let me know in the comments. But for now, I'm going to get to work and start taking this apart. You know, it's funny, it's always easier taking stuff off than putting it back on. Why is that? All right, now everything's taken off the exhaust, and I have to rush to that ceramic coating place because it is about to close. And as always, I'm running just a little bit late. So let's get to it. Okay, so I've made it here to Performance Coat in Orlando, and it's actually a beautiful day. I haven't been out of the house for a while, but let's see what they're gonna be doing to my awesome baller pipe and exhaust for my Lamborghini. Now, I already have everything here just taken apart, but Here's the awesome baller pipe. Here's the hot side for the turbo, and here's the down pipe. Now, they have a few different coating options, and one of them is gonna go on this. This is gonna have a 2000 degree coating. It's gonna have a silver and then a black over it. So this is all gonna be black. I don't care about this being black because this is also gonna get wrapped in a titanium wrap, because this is gonna be close to the engine components, and I definitely don't want this getting as hot as it can. And this is also gonna be black, but this is going to get covered up by a turbo blanket. Now, I did have turbo blankets when I got the car, and those are the ones I'm going to use. I'll run what I brung. This is not going to be black. This is going to be a silver, and the silver is this. This is the silver that they use. Now, there's no texture like this. This is actually just a kind of a rusty manifold, but it's going to be nice and smooth. And what I like is that the silver will keep these welds shown, because Tony did an awesome job on this welding. I mean, just take a look at this. This is really, really good. So this is going to be silver, this is going to be black, and I can't wait for this to just pop on the back of my car. Now, this might take a little bit of time. They are a really, really busy shop. People have sent them many parts because they don't only do local parts. They do parts that you guys send in. So if you need a really good ceramic coating job that will keep your exhaust looking good and performing well, especially with these turbo applications, then you guys need to give them a call. So this is where you can find them. This is performancecoat.com, and here is their number. I will also link to it in the description below. But this is getting me excited, guys. Hopefully we can have this done by next week, but I don't want to rush the guy because I want a really good job, and it looks like they're pretty busy here. So even if this doesn't get done, it's going to get done slightly after next week at the very latest. Actually, I wanted to give you a little bit of a better insight here. This is a piece of stainless steel. It's all discolored, and some of it is mild steel here, and this they can turn into this. Look at how good that looks. And this is going to be the finish that's going to be on my exhaust here. So that is a real transformation. I'm going to try to get back there at some point during the week so we can actually see the process of this exhaust going on, or rather the ceramic coating going on the exhaust, because I'm a geek for this sort of stuff, and I know you guys will love it. So, okay, I'm entrusting my parts, my very, very custom, my very expensive parts to these people, but I know that they're going to do a great job. So, fingers crossed. All right, well, now that we're home and the car is looking a little more sorry for itself, I wanted to give you guys an idea of what the rundown is for the plan for this car. Now, this is, it's not the rat's nest that it used to be, but it could use a little bit of cleaning. So I am going to clean everything here. I am going to paint this. This is all scratched up from probably taking the engine out and in and all that stuff. So this is gonna get painted. Maybe I'll put some gold foil on here. DEI sent me out some wrap for my cables. So I'm gonna be wrapping all the cables, all the hoses, the fuel lines, the coolant lines, all that stuff. But the major thing is I wanna route the coolant lines for the turbos themselves. And those are gonna go straight off of here. Now right here, I'm not sure you can see, this is a coolant line and it goes directly to underneath the throttle body. And I am just gonna use that barb, and instead of having a barb leading to a regular rubber hose, I'm gonna use a -8 AN line like I have with, this is -10, but it's gonna look like this. So it's just gonna be a very, very good looking affair. So I'm gonna have that go to the turbos, and then the turbos back to, well, whatever this connects to stock. But one thing I really wanted to focus on is the intercooler. And the intercooler is basically the only thing keeping the intake air temperature cool. And this tank is gonna be integral to that. So this tank is gonna sit somewhere thereabouts. It's gonna sit somewhere right there, maybe like this. And this is a fuel cell for a junior dragster. It's a 1 gallon tank, but it has these 10 AN lines or 8 AN lines, I can't remember which, and they're gonna route themselves underneath here. You can see my oil drain lines here. They're very, very clean looking. I'm very proud of that. So the hoses are going to be routed down to the front of the car, where I'm going to have a really brawlic pump. It's called a Stewart EMP, and it is a upgrade for the Corvette ZR1. Those are really, really good. It's basically like a fire hose. So that's going to go next to my heat exchanger in the front. I still have to do a few things to the heat exchanger to make it fit the bumper. Going to make it a little bit more elegant. I've been saying elegant, but this car is going to be elegant. So that's going to go there. Then I'm going to run lines all the way back to this fuel tank, well, this coolant tank, and then that's going to go into the intercooler, and the intercooler is going to cool the air indeed, and we are not going to have any issues with having hot charge air. After that, I am going to have something called the killer chiller. The killer chiller uses the AC system, but that's going to be a little while after I do my first drive, so it's not going to be this week. But the engine isn't the only thing I'm going to work on. I'm also going to work on the brakes. The brakes are in decent enough shape. There's a good amount left on the pads. I believe these are EBC red stuff, but I definitely want to paint those calipers, and you guys will see what color I paint them. I finally got the color, and I finally have to figure out why my radio doesn't work, because since I can't turn on my engine and hear the sound of its people, I'd rather hear the sound of something else. So that radio has to get fixed, so I'm going to be taking that apart, making sure the wiring is all good, and then I'm going to be buttoning the car up, meaning that the last part of the build is just going to be getting those pipes back, and after that, then we can take the car on a drive. But I want to have everything situated before that. This is going to be, it's going to be a task, but I think if I bust my butt every single day, then we can definitely get it done. So for those of you who want to see me, I actually will be in DipCon. Not in DipCon, I'll be at DipCon. That is at the Coconut Creek Seminole Casino, and that is going to be with That Dude in Blue, David Patterson. He's going to be there as well, and I believe Fonzie from Dip Your Car is also going to be there. And it's going to be a really good time. Just going to be kind of a meet and greet, and me talking to people that like Plastidip and all that sort of stuff. And come out, say hi. It's going to be a lot of fun. So link for that will be in the description below. Big shout out to Performance Coat. If you need any coating as far as exhaust, if you need any powder coating, they are the place to go. They have really, really good reviews, and they're the only place around that does exhausts and turbo systems. And I mean, they knew that I had a Lamborghini just from the shape of the turbo system, so that was kind of cool. I mean, the guy showed me a helicopter exhaust that he was doing, so and that was a backyard build helicopter. That's several steps above this, but maybe we'll get there. So links for that will be in the description below. I can't wait to see how that turns out. But if you'd like to contact me, you can do so at TheRealTavarish. That's Instagram and Twitter. Facebook.com/AskTavarish and AskTavarish@gmail.com is my email. And I've been reading every single one of your emails. You guys have been really good at sending me stuff. You guys have been really good at giving me advice for this car and what I should do next. And yeah, just keep them coming. If you'd like to hear me on a daily podcast with my good friend Andrew Howell, just talking about wrenching and car culture and whatever, we get off topic a lot, then you can watch and listen to the Wrench Everyday podcast. Links for that will be in the video description. But until next time, this is me telling you that on cars like this that don't have exhausts anymore, but will with major upgrades, you guys need to wrench every day.